Hello guys, welcome back, and today we are going to discuss about anatomy and physiology of skin or integumentary system. As we all know that skin is the largest organ of our body, okay, and skin protects against germs, regulates body temperature and enables touch sensations. The skin's main layers include epidermis, dermis and hypodermis. So these are all the three layers of your skin: epidermis, dermis and hypodermis. As I said, skin is the largest organ in the body, okay, covering entire external surface, measuring up to 2 meters square and weighing approximately 4.5 to 5 kg in an average adult, or about 12 to 15% of the total adult's body weight. The three layers of tissue makeup of the skin are epidermis, that is the top layer, dermis, the middle layer, and hypodermis is the bottom or fatty layer. And skin comes under integumentary system. Your skin along with your nails, your oil glands and sweat glands is a part of integumentary system. Integumentary means a body's outer covering. First, we will see epidermis and characteristic features of epidermis. That is the top layer of your skin. Your epidermis is the top layer of the skin that you can see and touch. Keratin is a protein present inside this epidermis. It makes up the skin cells and along with other proteins sticks together to form this layer. So keratin as a protein present in the skull makes up the skin cells and along with other protein sticks together to form this epidermis layer. The epidermis has approximately 0.5 to 1.5 millimeter thickness depending upon the body part. 0.5 mm on the eyelids to 1.5 mm on the palms of the hand and soles of the feet, and is avascular. That means it doesn't have any blood vessels. The major functions of epidermis are protecting the body from any kind of injuries. It acts as a protective barrier. It makes new skins. The epidermis continuously makes new skin cells. These new cells replace approximately 40,000 old skin cells that your body sheds every day. You have new skins every 30 days. The epidermis, the top layer, is shedding and you have new skins in every 30 days. Epidermis also helps to provide skin color. Epidermis contains melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color. When it comes to the layers of epidermis, again epidermis has 5 layers. They are stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum and stratum basilae. Stratum corneum is the top layer of the epidermis. It is the superficial layer of epidermis and is the layer exposed to outside of the environment. In this image, you can see stratum corneum is the top or superficial layer of your epidermis, okay, and it is exposed outside of skin. The increased keratinization, that means the protein present in this epidermis, okay, the increased keratinization of the cell in this layer give its name. There are usually 15 to 30 layers of cells in the stratum corneum. This dry dead layer helps prevent the penetration of microbes and the dehydration of underlying tissues. The entire layer of this replays during a period of about 4 weeks. So the uppermost layer is shedding in every 4 weeks, stratum corneum. Then second layer is stratum lucidum. It only found in thick skin, that is the palm of your hand and sole of the feet and in the digit, that means in your finger. That is stratum lucidum, that present between stratum corneum and stratum granulosum. Then third layer is stratum granulosum. Stratum granulosum has a grainy appearance due to further changes to the keratinocytes as they are pushed from stratum spinosum. It is pushed from stratum spinosum. So in this image you can see it is pushed from stratum spinosum. Then after stratum spinosum we have stratum lucidum. Okay, So stratum corneum, stratum granulosum, then stratum lucidum. Okay. Where is stratum lucidum? In this image you can see stratum lucidum. Okay. So stratum lucidum is the smooth, seemingly translucent layer of the epidermis located just above stratum granulosum and below stratum corneum. This thin layer of cell is found only in the thick skin of palms, soles and digits. Again, I'll go to the image. Stratum corneum, then middle stratum lucidum, then stratum granulosum, then stratum spinosum, then the last layer of your epidermis is stratum basilae. So in this image, clearly you can see the upper layer of your epidermis is stratum corneum. This will just peel off or shed in every 4 weeks. Okay. The keratin present in this stratum corneum will define the color of human being. Okay. Then we can see stratum lucidum. It is present in the middle of stratum corneum and stratum granulosum. Okay. Less keratinized. In this image, in this color, you can see that. Then stratum granulosum. Okay. Stratum granulosum, then stratum spinosum. Then last stratum basilae. Now we will see dermis, that is the middle layer of your skin. First is the topmost epidermis. Epidermis has 4 layers. Then we are coming to the middle layer of your skin, that is dermis. The dermis makes up 90% of skin thickness, and this middle layer of the skin has different function like keep you in touch, like touching sensation, it's because of dermis. Feeling pain, it's because of dermis. It makes oil, it produces sweat, and it supplies blood. So the major functions are taking place through dermis layer of your skin. And this dermis has 2 proteins. They are collagen and elastin. It has 2 proteins, collagen and elastin. Okay. Collagen is the protein that makes skin cells strong and resilient. Elastin keeps skin flexible. It also helps stretched skin regain its shape. Okay. So these 2 proteins we can see in dermis. The dermis contains blood vessels and lymph vessels, nerves and other structures such as hair follicles, sweat glands, etc. The dermis is made up of 2 layers of connective tissues that compose an interconnected mesh of elastin and collagen fibers produced by fibroblasts. So the dermis made up of connective tissue. Then the last layer, that is hypodermis. The bottom layer of your skin or hypodermis is the fatty layer. So that layer is almost fat. So the hypodermis consists of cushion, muscles and bones. It has connective tissue. It helps the nerves and blood vessels, and also it helps regulate the body temperature because it contains fat. The hypodermis is also called subcutaneous layer of superficial fascia. Hypodermis is also called subcutaneous layer or superficial fascia. It is a layer directly below the dermis and serves to connect the skin to underlying fascia or fibrous tissue of bones and muscles. It is not strictly a part of skin. The hypodermis consists of well-vascularized loose areolar connective tissue and adipose tissue, which function as a mode of fat storage and provides insulation and cushioning for the integumentary system. So the hypodermis is the last layer, that is also known as fatty layer, also known as superfacia, or also known as subcutaneous layer. Okay. In this image again, you can see the clear picture of your skin. Okay. As I said, there are 3 layers for your skin: epidermis, dermis and fat layer. Okay. Epidermis contains keratin. Keratin is defining the color of our human body. Epidermis has 5 layers starting from stratum corneum to basement membrane. Okay. Then dermis, it makes up 90% of your skin. So in dermis, you have all the glands. In this image, you can see you have sweat glands, oil production glands. It controls temperature, okay, etc., etc. Then last layer is also known as fat layer, that is hypodermis. In the last layer, we can see the blood vessels, etc. And the end of dermis, you can see hair follicle. Then now we will see what is keratin. I have told you keratin is a protein which is present in the first layer. What is the first layer? Epidermis. The cells in all of the layers except the stratum basale are called keratinocytes. Okay, there are 5 layers for epidermis. The cell except stratum basale, all are keratinocyte cells. A keratinocyte cell is a cell that manufactures and stores the protein keratin. Keratin is an intracellular fibrous protein that gives hair, nails, skin their hardness and water resistant properties. The keratinocytes in the stratum cornum are dead and regularly slow away, being replaced by cells from the deeper layer, that is called desquamation. Okay, along with keratin we have melanin also in this layer. The melanin is actually giving the color. Okay, actually giving the real color of our skin. Stratum basale is the large and last layer of your epidermis. Okay, stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and the basement is stratum basalum. Okay, the stratum basale is also known as geminativum. It is the deepest epidermal layer and attaches the epidermis to the basal lamina, below which lie the layers of the dermis. So, basement membrane, that means the stratum basale is directly connected to dermis. The cells in the stratum basale connects to the dermis, that means the middle layer of the skin, via intertwining collagen fibers. A finger-like projection or fold known as dermal papillae found in the dermis layer increases the strength of connection between epidermis and dermis. The stratum basale is a single layer of cells primarily made up of basal cells. A basal cell is a cuboidal shaped stem cell that is a precursor of the keratinocytes of epidermis. All the keratinocytes are produced from the single layer of the cell. 2 other cell types are also found among the basal cells in the stratum basale are Merkel cells, which function as a receptor and responsible for stimulating sensory nerves, and melanocyte is a cell that produces the pigment melanin. Melanin gives hair, skin, and its color. Again, you can see a picture. In this picture, clearly you can see, okay, stratum cornum, every 4 weeks, desquamation will take place. That means dead cells, will shed the cells. Then stratum lucidum, you can see in this image. Then after the stratum granulosum, okay, then stratum spinosum, stratum basale, the basement membrane, okay, and in stratum basale only this melanin we can see. This melanin is giving color to the cell. Okay, stratum cornum is dark. It's because of keratin. Okay, then after this stratum basale we can see dermis. Okay, that is the middle layer of the skin. Okay, in stratum basale we have melanocytes, Merck cells also we can see. Okay, then Langerhans cells. Langerhans cells are originate from the bone marrow, migrate to and localize in the stratum basale region of epidermis. With aging, there is a decrease in the Langerhans cells which are involved in immune response, therefore reducing the skin immune function in the elderly. Langerhans cells are other cells which is connected to our skin, okay, which is connected to stratum basale, that means the base layer of the epidermis, and this gives this supports or this provides immunity. Okay, with aging there's a decrease in Langerhans cells which are involved in immune response, therefore reducing the skin's immune function in the elderly. Then melanocytes are found in the deepest layer of epidermis, that means stratum basale, and contain melanin, the black brown pigment with the higher molecular weight which provides the pigmentation of the skin, hair, and Merck cells. Then Merck cells, they are found in small number in the basal layer of the epidermis in both hairless and hairy section of the skin. The function of the cell is not fully understood so far, but some studies suggest that they attract nerve endings into the epidermis and stimulate keratinocyte growth. Now we will see the functions of skin. It provides protection. The primary function of our skin is to provide protection, then sensation, to protect our body from hazardous external environment, then immunal function. Human skin hosts a range of immune response which belongs to both innate and adaptive system. The skin is responsible for production of various hormone and vitamin D. Okay. In addition to the synthesis of melanin, as described above, ultraviolet light also converts 7-dehydrocholesterol to cholecalciferol, vitamin D3 in the skin. Then expression, the skin, especially over the face, is an essential part of social interaction, attracting attention for social and sexual purposes. Then also it regulates body temperature. The skin has the ability to maintain its optimal temperature of 37 degrees Celsius by the process of vasodilation or vasoconstriction. Vasodilation means enlarging of blood vessels, vasoconstriction, like construction of the blood vessels. When the skin temperature drops below 37, arterioles in the dermis layer, that means the arteries in the blood vessels in the dermis layer, constrict to preserve heat. The sweating stops and the skin hair erects to increase insulation. If the skin temperature increases above 37, the sweat glands, the skin produces sweat to cool down the skin as the sweat is evaporated from skin. Also, the arterioles in the dermis vasodilated to release extra heat carried by the bloodstream and cool down the body. Also, skin contains 18 to 20% of the body's total water content. When the skin loses water, it leads to cracks, thus breaching the skin barriers in line of defense and allowing noxious stimuli to enter into the skins. Okay, when skin loses water, what will happen? Cracks will open. When cracks occur, automatically the defense mechanisms will get impaired and unwanted substance will go to the skin. So that's what we have to take proper amount of water to maintain the balance of the skin. Absorption. Skin, however, has the greater capacity to absorb lipophilic rather than hydrophilic substances. Lipophilic means lipid-containing substance. This principle is utilized in the application of transdermal patches or creams to achieve systematic administration of various drugs. Okay. Then absorption is increased in conditions of skin damage where a barrier function is reduced by trauma or disease. Then peeling or desquamation, as I said, the top part of your epidermis, that means the stratum, on the first part is shedding in every 4 weeks. Peeling skin happens when your body shed off some of your skin's outer layer called epidermis. I mean the top layer of your epidermis. The peeling or the flaking process is your skin's way of recovering or healing from some type of damage. The medical term of peeling skin is known as desquamation. What does peeling skin look like? The part of the peeling skin that you see is your epidermis. This is the outermost layer of the skin and also thinnest layer. And peeling look like flaky or scaly dry skin. Okay, so in this image you can see how the desquamation occurs. The stratum cornum, the uppermost layer of your dermis will shed. Okay, in every 4 weeks, every 40 days, 28 days. All right, so this is about anatomy and physiology of skin. It comes under integumentary system. All right, guys, so 3 layers it has: epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Epidermis is the topmost layer, dermis is the middle layer, hypodermis is or fat layer is the the deep or innermost layer of your skin. All right. So this is about the anatomy and physiology of skin. Hope you understand. Next time with another topic. Thank you.